Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Ariana and today we're going to be creating two Sims for my new save file. So I have been away from YouTube and this YouTube channel for just a little bit. And the best way I can explain myself is that I had a terrible time trying to keep my game updated, keep all of my mods updated. It was like no matter what I did, the game needed an update. And not only did it need an update, the update broke my game and corrupted all of my save files. My high school year save file, I lost that. My Raquel and San Myshuno, lost that. And it was honestly so disheartening, is the only way that I could put it. Like, I put in so much time and effort into that, and for it to just like be gone was so discouraging. I felt like I didn't even want to open the game. But here I am again. I always come crawling back, and today I'm making a brand new household for my save file. This is Daniel Valdez. He is 29 years old and he lives in Willow Creek with his little sister Mariela Valdez, who is 17. He is the primary caregiver for Mariela because both of their parents have tragically passed away, and he moved them to Willow Creek so that they could be close to their grandparents. Both of their parents were renowned archaeologists in Selva Dorada and sadly passed away during an expedition. Daniel decided to become Mariela's primary caregiver so that he wouldn't put any more burden on his grandparents, who are already getting a little bit older, and he easily took on that role and he's doing amazing. He's a very hard worker and honestly an overachiever, and that might be a bad point, but he always gives it his all 100% of the time. He definitely pushes Mariela to be the same. He probably feels kind of that eldest sibling pressure, especially given the fact that his parents are deceased. He feels like he has to try and prove himself and, make his parents proud. Grief is not easy and navigating it is super hard. And because of that, Diego has fallen. Oh my God, I keep calling this dude Diego. That was his name before I even thought of Daniel. So if I call him Diego, just know I'm talking about him, okay? Anyways, due to his parents' death, he has been using some not very healthy coping mechanisms, and nobody would ever know because he is a very hush hush kind of person. Nobody can know that he's struggling. All of this is behind closed doors. Hell, even his sister didn't know that he was struggling for a pretty long time. But he has been going to therapy and is actually really enjoying it. Hashtag healing, hashtag love, hashtag life. And he's also been urging Mariela to go to therapy with him, but she is not having it. If you thought that he was avoidant, Mariela is even more avoidant. She is like, her grief does not exist. Like, it's not really affecting her that much. She's still going to go out with her friends and, teenagers. And while Daniel understands, he really does just want his sister to be safe, be healthy, and do things in a way that are not destructive. If that's the best way I could put it. That is a little bit about Daniel, and I will stop talking and let you guys watch me finish him up, and then I will chime back in later to add in a little bit more lore about him. So I am just finishing up his outfits, and I don't know if you can tell, but I do not really care for making male Sims. I try my best, but honestly, I'm zooming through these outfits. It's like a little pit stop, like zoom, zoom, zoom. I usually don't take male outfits super serious, but I do want to play with this household pretty regularly. So I kind of force myself to give them, well, mainly give him good outfits. Listen, on Mariela, yeah, I had some fun. I'm not even gonna lie. But here, I'm just fiddling with his hair. I couldn't decide what hair I wanted to poke out of his beanie, but in the end, I kind of went with something that looked the same as the hair that he had worn anyways, so it really wasn't for anything. Now I'm just giving him an aspiration and traits. I knew immediately his aspiration was gonna be super parent. Like, how could it not? I think it just fit him so perfectly. And honestly, the likes and dislikes, I just picked random ones, but at his traits, I had kind of a hard time picking them out. Like, I took a while to pick out these traits. Oh my God, his little sped up voice. He's low key giving Theodore, like from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Photo
The
ops.
traits that I decided on were goofball, overachiever, and loyal. And y'all, look at the first name that came up. Oh my God. It took me a bunch of randomizing to get to Daniel, to get to a name that I actually liked. So yeah, this is Daniel, and now I am gonna show you guys his outfits. I think they're really cute. So now I'm getting started with Mariella, and just like Daniel, the loss of her parents hit her very hard. It was very hard for her to come to terms with it. She felt very angry and almost like, why me? What did I do to deserve something like that? And she held on to a lot of anger and had a really strong aversion to Daniel, didn't want to go out, didn't want to do anything. She kind of became a recluse, didn't even want to go to school. And so there was a point where Daniel considered, pulling her out of school for a little bit, getting her some therapy and letting her work through that. But Mariella was not having any of that. She honestly just said, no, give me 10, let me smoke a cigarette, and then I'll be back. But because of that, her grades and, school life suffered greatly. She went from being top of her class to, barely passing. And the people around her, her coaches, her teachers, they all noticed and they were like, what is going on? But she would not tell them anything, and it's really sad. Like, she had everything so under wraps. Like, her parents died when she was 14 in her freshman year of high school. She is 17 in her junior year of high school now, and people are just now starting to find out that their parents have passed away. Like, my girl is a closed book, and I completely understand. It's hard. You don't really want to talk about it. You kind of try to avoid it to see if it'll make you feel better, but in the end, it really doesn't. One thing she really fell in love with on her healing journey, I'll call it that, she really fell in love with weightlifting and exercising. She just loved how it was an outlet for her to kind of, get that anger out, lift a heavy weight, get a little angry. And Daniel really supported her through this because he figured, well, if she's busy with weightlifting, if she's busy playing soccer, then that means less time that she's out with the wrong crew doing risky things. And so he was really supportive of that. And he tried his hardest to let her be able to play club soccer, get her in all the weightlifting clubs and stuff like that. He tried his hardest. Living on one income is never easy, and Mariella is really excited and hopeful about going to college. She's always had big dreams about going to college. She loves computer science, programming, rocket science, all of that nerdy stuff, and she really wants to go to the Foxbury Institute for computer science. Like, I don't know, I think it's really cute that she has such nerdy interest, and my girl is like a clam. You have to pry her open. She will not talk about herself. Nobody really knows much about her, but to know that she likes computers and taking things apart and putting it back together, it's so cute. But now I am just going through and giving her some outfits. If you couldn't tell, her favorite color is pink. I really wanted to mix in an alternative kind of style and then work in some pink. She loves nails. She does her own nails like on the side. She'll do her friends' nails every now and then, but she's mainly like an at-home nail tech, and I honestly I think that fits. And she does have a lot of piercings as a teenager, and y'all know she did that without Daniel knowing. And when he did find out, he was mad, yes, because like, girl, come on, you getting a belly button piercing? Like, who did you get that with? Who are you hanging around? And her excuse was, well, it's just the piercing. Like, you're lucky I didn't go get a tattoo. If I don't like it, I could just take it out. And Daniel was like, be serious. So right now I'm just finishing up some of her outfits. I'm gonna stop talking and then let you guys watch this, and then I will be back to give you her traits. For Mariela's aspiration, I did give her a teen aspiration because I wanted it to reflect the kind of patch that she's in her life right now. And when she becomes a young adult, she will get a new aspiration. And her traits are insider and hothead, but I think I'm going to change that to like genius and hot-headed or something. That is a wrap on Daniel and Mariela. I had so much fun putting this together. This was an amazing reintroduction back into YouTube. I cannot wait to do rotational gameplay with them. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a like, and I hope to see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.